Hi, Heather.
Hi, Dr. Clausen.
Welcome back. First of all, everybody, welcome. This is Health Debunked with Dr. Kosher. I'm Dr. Kosher,
And I'm
and
Heather.
and that's Heather. And look, there's been some issues with certain social media. They think that I'm impersonating somebody named Mediocris Kevin, who's a vile human being, and I want to say I'm not impersonating him. We are completely different, and it's a travesty because I can't get my Facebook account back because they think that he's me and I'm him, and they keep sending him all this stuff. So to anybody who's out there looking for me or who's desperate, and I know you're desperate for my words of wisdom and my daily confidence boosts and everything to you, I'm sorry. I can't fix it. You need to use the hashtag free Dr. Kosher and start spreading that on Facebook. Let me out, okay? I need to be back out there. So that's far more important than the fact that Heather has been gone for 2 weeks. So I want to, just first put that out, and now Heather will come to you. Oh, good, you're still sick. The real shocker.
Who reported you? Who reported you as a duplicate?
I'm not sure. A friend.
A friend?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's funny. We're all laughing.
Oh, that's so sad, though. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Because you're
is that where
permanently
the
locked
action
out.
happens?
Huh?
Am I seeing where the action happens right behind you?
That took me a second. I was like, what, your Facebook page? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that
Yeah.
is.
It doesn't look like it's used. It's okay.
Okay, so Dr. Kosher, how have you been since I have been off the show for 2 weeks?
I've been pretty good. I got flu shot number 17.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah, last week you weren't here, and I had, normal hair itching that occurs with
What does
flu
that mean?
shots. Just like, I don't know, I feel like my hair is a little bit itchy, and I can't control
Like
it.
your scalp? Or,
No, the actual hair fibers.
yeah.
More of those, and
That seems normal,
it's normal. Everything's normal.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel great.
Good.
I got over my flu-like symptoms from flu shot number 17, and I've had absolutely no issues whatsoever. So that's what's been going on. I've been injecting a lot of people in my clinic with various things, and
Various things like what?
smallpox, polio.
Oh, okay.
Vaccines are safe and effective. Safe and effective. Studies, science has settled safe and effective smallpox.
Are you okay?
So what have you been up to?
What? I am not what you've been up to. Just reading the news, checking in on politics and on crazy news stories. Like last night, I don't know if you saw I don't know if you saw, but there's rumor that definitely 2 people died of some strain of the flu in Georgia, close to Atlanta.
See, that's what we're trying to prevent with the flu shot. If these people would get their flu shots, nothing would happen.
Well, so they died, but the rumor is that they went into cardiac arrest and bled out of every hole in their body. And so that sounds, maybe that sounds pretty bad if that's true.
Look, On flu shot number 12, I'll be honest, I was bleeding out of my butthole quite a bit. Was I nervous? Absolutely. I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But then I spoke to a colleague, another doctor, who said, Kosh, man, he said, you don't got to worry. This is normal. This anal bleeding after flu shots happens. And it happened after number 14. And I had to spend quite a bit of time with the anal bleeding. And sometimes the explosive diarrhea and the anal bleeding get mixed up, and it happens all at once.
Oh boy.
Messy.
Yikes.
But it's normal. It's normal.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Think about if you didn't get the flu shot, what your anal bleeding, explosive diarrhea would be like.
Would it?
Imagine that. I mean, you don't want that scene.
Can you give me 1 second? Can you tell the audience a little bit about your thoughts on what you think the strain of the flu that they had was? I will be right back.
What do you mean the strain of the flu? The flu's the flu. Like you get either the good flu, which is the flu-like symptoms. It's not the flu, it's the flu-like symptoms from the flu shot. Or you get the bad flu, which is anything natural is always the worst thing that you could do. You don't ever want to get any natural illnesses. So I'm just finishing up saying the natural flu is the bad one. If we're talking strains, natural is bad, and flu-like symptoms from the flu shot is good.
Well, no, what I'm
Strains
talking
you gotta
about
deal with.
is the doctors referred to those patients, the strain of flu that they had, as a rare strain of the flu that caused.
Oh, I see. But it's rare, so there's nothing we could do. Yeah.
So would the hemorrhaging concern you? Does this situation concern you at all?
No, it's rare. It's like vaccine injury that they say happens is super rare. So if it's rare, it doesn't matter. Like I wouldn't get concerned over it. Unless it's, something extremely rare, like, I don't know, Ebola, which isn't here, but I mean, that's something we should start being really concerned about and thinking about the vaccines that are coming.
So like what are the symptoms of Ebola?
They're not good. Let's just put it that way. Like, again, bleeding out of orifices. All of these things are really, there's always blood involved. It's disturbing.
Like flu-like symptoms and bleeding out of every hole in your body would be Ebola.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty Ebola-like.
What do you feel like the difference is between an Ebola patient and then the flu-like symptoms of the patients last night that are bleeding out of every hole in their body?
Well, the TV reported that it was flu-like symptoms and flu-related deaths, so that's what we're going with.
Do you think it's weird that the CDC just came out with the Ebola vaccine?
No, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know how much that thing's going to be? That thing's going to be a lot of money. That's a kicker.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's a live one too. Like
I know. Sometimes you have to catch them. They're like running around. You're like, hey, stop, Ebola vaccine. Cage them until your patients come in and then you can release them. Fun.
That took a weird turn. Okay. Yeah.
I don't take kindly to your shaming of me.
I'm sorry. So, okay. So you just believe it was the common flu that caused the hemorrhaging, I guess.
I think sometimes people bleed out of their orifices and it's rare and it just happens. And, as much as our brilliance of physicians and all of us that just wear white lab coats, we're freaking amazing, but things happen out of our control,
Yeah.
People die, especially, if you don't get the vaccine, you're definitely going to die. And that's
You're
one of the things that's taught to us is, you know, if you don't get the HPV vaccine, and we had a clinic this week for high school nurses, and we told these nurses, you know, what you have to do when these kids come in is tell them if they don't get the vaccine, they will get cancer and die. And you know what that's done for us? It's increased the uptake from like 50% to like 90% just by, you know,
just by
telling them
lying.
the truth, telling them that, you know, just being a little more convincing in our argument that you're going to die from cancer if you don't get this shot. And you'll say that, well, there's no proof, you know, if they didn't get the shot and they didn't get cancer, then, you know, they weren't going to get cancer, but that's just speculation on your part. So I know you're speechless already. You got nothing.
So you're saying that they're for sure going to get cancer if they don't get the vaccine, like, and then they're for like 100%, they're going to get cancer.
Oh yeah, since the vaccine came out, absolutely, absolutely.
It just kind of switched when the vaccine came out. And did it? I guess. Oh, that's still happening? I feel concerned for you.
Smallpox, Ebola, safe and effective, safe and effective, safe and effective. It's safe and effective. Safe and effective.
Are you okay?
Science is settled. Measles, polio.
Okay, what?
Iron
like,
lung, iron lung, iron lung. Safe and effective.
What's happening right now? Can you walk me through that a little bit? Kevin, I mean, Dr. Classic. Are you okay?
So,
Are you okay?
yeah, I mean, sometimes people get sick.
Whoa, no, let's go back. Just take a step back. What just happened?
We were just talking.
Like, no. What? No. You just went into like a trance and that was so weird. Are you serious?
Are you serious? We were just talking.
How
Just
many
ask me my
shots?
opinion on flu shots and stuff.
What else have you been doing besides the flu shots? Did you do anything else weird lately? Like,
What's
I
weird?
don't know.
Like,
I don't know. Take drugs?
no, I don't take drugs. I take
Oh.
pills.
What pills?
I don't know, whatever my doctor prescribes me. You know, I have an upset stomach and he gives me some pills. And the pills help my upset stomach, but I get a rash. So I have another pill for the rash. And so, you know, I mix this stuff and I don't know. I'm not in his realm of expertise. So I trust my doctor. He just prescribes whatever he wants.
How many pills are you on?
Like nine
9.
prescriptions. Yeah.
Are they okay to mix?
Look, some of my colleagues, I'm one of the healthiest of my colleagues. I mean, if you've noticed, I don't have two chins, which is very unusual for most of my colleagues. You know, so I feel fortunate in that I'm only on 9 prescriptions because
Yeah.
my buddy Paul, he's on like, what did you tell me? 26 something. I don't know. It seemed like a lot, even for me to admit. It seemed like a lot, but
yeah,
I'm sure he's not gonna get off it anytime soon, or off of them.
Have you looked at the side effects of these medicines? I just feel like what just happened might have been like, I don't know. It was concerning.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's hardly ever any drug recalls or anything, so it's nothing we got to worry about. I'm sure we're fine. I do want to bring up something else though, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Because you know I live in Wisconsin and there's
Mhm.
a lot of things happening here as far as our side trying to take away the right to choose whether somebody gets vaccinated or not.
Right.
And I think it's very important that people just, that you let doctors handle this, and that you don't think that you're smart enough to make these decisions on your own. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a reason that doctors are here, and that's because we're smarter than you, and we have to make your decisions. So just let us make the decisions. Your body, my choice. And that's what I've been preaching from the beginning. This whole thing would be a lot easier if you just give me your body and let me do what I want. So yesterday in 2 different counties, there were Health and Human Services board meetings to discuss the removal of our personal exemptions. And in Dane County, in Madison, where the capital is, these people are brilliant around here, and they did the right thing, even though there was like 70 whack jobs on the other side and just a couple on our side. It didn't matter. The board passed it unanimously. It was beautiful. They just passed it.
They passed what?
They passed the resolution to remove the personal exemption convictions. So they're saying, yes, we want to remove this from people. And that's the beautiful thing. It means they are listening. Pharma and doctors and everybody, we spend a lot of money and a lot of time to convince people to listen to their doctors and to get vaccinated. So it's nice when there's payoff for that investment. Whereas in St. Croix County, that did not happen. And that's just a little shitty county up north. Nobody cares about it anyway. But they decided, no, we don't even want to vote on this. That's how cowardice this board was up there. Some people got up to these presentations, and afterwards the board's like like a deer in the headlights. Let's just pass the buck. And that, I heard that phrase several times watching from my colleagues. I wasn't there, but I heard that they just wanted to pass the buck. And
so
they're not even going to vote on it or anything until February of 2021. Like, they're like, F
Good.
that. Let's just forget about it for a year.
Awesome.
And that's not cool, because we spent a lot of money on billboards, on whatever else up there.
What?
Some crazy people up there.
They took away all exemptions for the other county that you're talking about?
No, so in Dane County and other places around Wisconsin, they're voting to remove just the personal conviction exemption. So in Wisconsin,
Yeah,
we have all 3 waivers. We have the medical and the religious, and now we're getting rid of the personal conviction. Pretty soon we'll get rid of the religious, just like in New York and in California, because you can't trust. I want to know what religion specifically. Show me your bylaws of your faith. I need to know that something in the vaccine is going against your religion, and that's in the Constitution. Like, you need to show your exact faith on paper and have a building to go to where people all congregate to do that same thing. It is. It's Article 74. But before I move on from this meeting, I want to explain something that, a very disturbing thing that I saw happen at that meeting in St. Croix County.
Tell me.
In that town, Hudson. So I already mentioned this buffoon earlier, but I heard, mediocre Kevin, this guy.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So he gets up, and in typical anti-vaxxer form, he goes batshit crazy on a doll, just stabbing this doll over and over, just like that type of thing, to demonstrate to the board how vaccines go. So, but
oh boy.
In fairness, what I'm going to do is his little spiel that he did yesterday, and I actually have his script that somebody sent me. All right, this was his script.
I'm excited. Let's hear it. That's great. Good for him.
They were supposed to give 3 minutes, and we convinced them. People probably prepared for 3 minutes. Give them 2, and so they listened. So all these people who came prepared for 3 minutes had to shorten their speeches to 2 minutes, and so I think his speech wasn't what he intended. But yeah. I have the real one here, so I'm going to read the real one because it's even more batshit crazy. So hang on. Oh. All right. Here's his his little dolly. All right, let's see.
Aw.
What do you call this in Texas?
A pacifier.
Oh,
What do you call it?
call it a nook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a nook.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh my goodness. Now we call it a
I mean,
patsy.
we call them pacifier. The pacifier is like the official word. That's like
Well, we call it
feces.
patsy.
Feces
Patsy.
is an official word, but who says feces? Feces, we all say shit,
Or yeah.
yeah. Right? Anyway, so, all right. So I have his speech here. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's
All
hear
right. I don't. Can you?
Kevin's speech.
We'll see if I can fit all this, but I need to get this down. All right. You still see me?
I can.
All right. So this guy's a jerk. I mean, even how he starts out the speech.
Okay.
Where are all the medical professionals here? Like, I think he's waiting for them to raise their hands. Great. I'm in sales too. Nice to meet you. So we're all going to get up here and talk to you for our 3 minutes. Most of you have already made up your mind when the health professional spoke to you prior to this meeting about how you need to vote, which means you won't even pay attention to our words. At the end of the open comments, perhaps you'll ask the questions of the very health professionals who want to take our rights away, why they support this. Or you'll ask a medical examiner that has never looked into vaccines and SIDS and who believes healthy babies die for no reason shortly after receiving vaccines. And you won't allow a rebuttal to the talking points these people received from pharma, which is obviously a clever system in place. Well, since you won't really listen to us, I'll see if a visual might work instead. And I'm reminding you, this is him speaking, not me. I would
Not
never
you.
say these
Right.
words. Back to him. I'm going to ask you to use your imagination like you do when you believe vaccines save lives. This is a doll playing the role of a baby. These are vaccines. By 18 months, here's what kids receive to protect them. Flu, Tdap during pregnancy. And he cleverly put 3 syringes together for the Tdap. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, can you see me?
Yes.
Stabby, stabby. Flu and Tdap, because we're trying to protect pregnant women. Anyway, I'm back to his speech here. Flu and Tdap during pregnancy, even though no tests have ever been done on pregnant women, as those who get these vaccines are the unknowing test subjects. Vitamin K and Hep B, day 1 of birth.
Wow.
Don't let anyone fool you into believing vitamin K is actually a vitamin, as it's full of toxins, causes jaundice, seizures, and many other issues. 2 months later, Hep B, rotavirus.
Oh my gosh.
DTaP. I need another DTaP.
Another 3.
Another
Yep.
fatty.
Yep.
I like to call these fatties.
Wow.
Hib. I mean, this is at 2 months old. I mean, you want to put a lot of vaccines in a 2-month-old baby because they're really at danger. You need to protect them.
Gotcha.
Think about that. So where were we? Oh, the pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, PCV. And then IPV is polio, of course. Stick that in there.
What age is
And that's it. That's 2 months. So this
Oh, this is all 2 months. Okay.
this is up to 2 months. So you're talking pregnancy
Oh my
and,
gosh.
and birth and 2 months. Okay. At 4 months, again, we go rotavirus. We just had that at 2 months, but we'll do it again. I got to switch arms here because I don't want to stab myself.
Oh boy, that would hurt.
So we got rotavirus, and back to his speech. The initial vaccine killed kids, so they had to change it because they never safety test vaccines against a placebo. only against other vaccines or adjuvants. That's incorrect. So
It's incorrect.
yeah, that was the Hib.
So they've
also
tested
have-
it against.
Oh, they've been
actual
tested.
virus?
It's safe and effective. Safe and effective.
Like
Safe and
against-
effective.
Okay. Okay. The thing just happened again. Did you notice?
And PCV and
Oh.
IPV,
Okay.
and then a fatty. We get another fatty at 4 months.
Another
DTaP
one.
again.
Okay.
DTaP. But we have multiple limbs, so it's not a problem. So now we're at 4 months. Say hi, baby.
Oh my gosh. Yikes.
And then at 6 months, we'll leave her arms alone here. We'll go to hepatitis B. Now I gotta lay her down because I'll show you after I'm done here. So Hep B, rotavirus again,
Oh my gosh.
DTaP, fatty, get another fatty. Hib. I'm not really sure what Hib is, to be honest, but it sounds cool. Hey, you getting a Hib? Hell yeah, I'm getting a
Isn't
Hib.
The hemophilia influenza.
Yes, that's what it is, but they don't really teach us what that is.
Oh, okay.
But it sounds cool, like I said.
Yeah.
So we got the DTaP, the Hib, oh yeah, PCV, IPV, and then a special one at 6 months. One of the lifesavers is the poor baby can finally get the flu shot.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, so the flu shot gets to go in, and as a bonus, at 7 months, we bring baby back to get the second dose of flu shot.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Last
Did they
year,
get it full strength both times?
no, it's half strength both times. But last year, there was a baby who did not get their second flu shot because of an irresponsible parent. The baby had some reactions to the first one, normal reactions like crying and flu-like symptoms, so they didn't bring her back. And the baby died of the flu. See what happened? You have to have the flu shot again. Otherwise,
The baby died
babies
of the flu like right after the first flu shot?
Yes, but after a month. So they didn't bring the baby in within a month, and the baby had passed away. So, irresponsible parenting there. And then at 12 months, we get another Hib. Hib, hib, hooray. You get the PCV and the all-important MMR fatty.
The fatty, there it is.
Another MMR, or that's actually the first MMR, but another fatty. We like the fatties. And then we get chickenpox. Not only do you get the measles vaccine, but the chickenpox, varicella, all in the same visit. Beautiful.
That
And
is so.
hepatitis A for these filthy creatures. And finally, at 18 months, we get just a couple. One fatty, the DTaP.
You have 4 DTaPs? 2, 4, 6.
Yes, including pregnancy, Tdap and 3 DTaPs.
Okay.
So at 18 months, you get the DTaP, the flu shot, and hepatitis A. So now back to his little speech here. That's 43 doses of toxins by 18 months. This is why the US has the worst death rate of all industrialized nations for children under 2 years old. Studies have shown that aluminum anthimyricol, which is mercury and still in your precious flu shots, is real condescending. He's a fucking prick. Aren't excreted by the body, but are instead lodged in the brain, which is why we see that the aluminum content in autistic kids' brains comparable to that in an Alzheimer's brain. There's also formaldehyde, polysorbate 80, dog, pig, chick, monkey, and cow cells, human DNA, and antibiotics, to name a few, in these life-saving, disease-preventing miracles.
Yep.
We see skyrocketing autoimmune issues, autism, cancer, and other illnesses on the same trajectory as the rise in vaccination. But vaccines are no concern to the brilliant doctors and scientists who benefit from their sales. I get it. I'm in sales too. And that's the end of his speech.
That was so good. That was impressive.
Oh, I'm sure you guys were pleased. Look,
That is horrifying.
the baby needs this for health. Why is this not? Do you want all of these illnesses to kill your baby?
I mean, no, but do you think that, you think that's healthy? You think that looks good?
I think it's normal and loving, and it's something that should be mandated for every baby on the planet.
When you say mandated, do you mean just to go to public schools, or you mean to
be in society? If you don't get this, you need to be jailed.
Do you think that's where we're headed? Because I was talking to someone the other day and we were trying to figure out, do you think their goal is just to mandate vaccines for public schools and just stop at that? Or what do you think the end goal is? Like with Senator Pan, I know you're a big fan of him, probably good friends.
Yeah, we go running together sometimes.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Good guy.
He demands I call him Dickie though. And he's like, just you, Dr. Kosher, please call me Dickie.
That's cute.
I'm happy to do it. Thank you. I don't know if you ever saw my song I sung to him, but I sang to him once.
You sang to him?
Yeah. I had a little picture of him back here, and had a little tune I was singing to him. Hey, Dickie, you're so fine. You're so fine.
I saw that.
Yeah. Because he wants me to call him Dickie. So
Dickie.
Anyway, I don't remember what your question was.
What do you think his end goal is? What do you think, like, the CDC's end goal? Is it just public school, or do you think it's more?
No. Well, what we're seeing is that some of these vaccine preventable illnesses are no longer preventable. You have lifelong protection until you're a little bit older, when the protection wanes. So we need to make sure that this lifelong protection you're getting from these vaccines, that you have to get them over and over again. So we want to make sure that adults also come in for their lifelong protection that they'll have to come in several times for.
So how would you enforce that with adults?
Oh, easy. Have you heard of Healthy People 2020?
So walk me through that.
Well, that's something that we worked out with the transit agencies. You've already seen TSA at the airports if you've traveled recently. You probably haven't, because your bed looks lonely and you don't really have anywhere to go. But I travel quite a bit, and they tell me, Dr. Kosher, you're not going to be able to travel with this ID come in October. And I understand that. So, and the reason is because we're getting new licenses where it's, we're not there yet, but our medical records will be linked to our licenses. And here in Wisconsin, there's a town called Verona, and there's a huge corporation called Epic. And Epic actually does all the medical records, electronic medical records, for basically every clinic and hospital in the United States, and if not worldwide. And Epic actually has, they bring in the best computer programmers and whatnot from India and everywhere else. And this is all completely true. They have a huge kingdom in Verona, Wisconsin. And so Epic is, a huge player in being able to have our medical records linked electronically to IDs or whatever else we'd like that linked to. And that's going to be a great thing, because that means that everybody who's traveling is completely up to date and there are no problems. And
Hello.
And I think that's what Senator Pan. Are we there?
Yeah, we're back.
Sorry. Anyways, Senator Pan's tired of seeing people get sick from vaccine preventable illnesses, and
you okay? Is this
Smallpox.
frozen?
Smallpox. Safe and effective. Safe and effective.
It's happening again. The thing.
Safe and effective. Safe and effective. Science has settled. Polio. Iron lung. Iron lung. Iron lung.
Oh my gosh. So new plan. I feel like maybe you should not have more flu shots. You know, I think maybe you should be like done with them. Don't you think, Dr. Kosher?
So I mean, yeah, I mean, Senator Pan, he wants me to call him Dickie, and I'm almost happy to do it. Did you know that I sang a song to him once?
What I would, yeah, okay. So what? I don't think you should get more flu shots. I think you maybe
No,
should.
no. Don't start fear mongering me. That's what you anti-vaxxers do. It's always about fear mongering.
But it just seems maybe like there's no point in getting 20. Like, I mean,
20 in 2020, baby. I can't do
at
that.
some point, the effectiveness.
I can do this. You remember that?
No.
You
What?
don't remember Too Legit to Quit?
Oh yeah.
That's
I
me,
do.
baby. Too legit to quit. Wait,
So
let me
20
try.
is the goal. You have 2 more to go.
No, I get my 18th this week.
Okay, so you have 3 more. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I hope you survive. This is.
Tomorrow, number 18 is gonna be a great
Oh my
weekend.
goodness. Are you gonna celebrate when you get your 20th?
Yes. I don't know. Yeah, something big's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Probably something with Dickie. I think Dickie and I might go running or do something together.
Yeah. He seems like a healthy dude.
But totally, he's
Exercises
fast
and
as
stuff.
hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a hard time keeping up with him.
How are we on time, by the way? Are we doing okay?
It's 9:40.
Oh, perfect.
You've had enough today already? You're done?
No, I just, I didn't want to go over. And your speech was very good, but it was longer. So I wanted to make sure we were still okay.
Okay. One thing I'm upset at you about is our sponsor, Boom. They pulled out. And that's something I never do. But Boom pulled out because you
They
just
pulled
disappeared
out.
for 2. It's your fault. This is Health Debunked with Dr. Kosher and Heather Simpson. And guess who didn't show up for work for the last 2 weeks? So they came to me this week. They're like, dude, we can't. This is it. We're not investing in. And I got in trouble. I don't like to get in trouble, but it is your fault.
I feel strangely okay with them pulling out. Like, no, I feel like maybe we could find a different
I'm
sponsor.
sure you always feel great with people pulling out. Probably one of your favorite things.
Anyway, do we have any other options besides Boom? Was that our only?
That was our only sponsor to date, but quite frankly, I haven't tried to get any others.
Yeah.
Not very hard. How about you? Have you tried to do anything? I don't know, for the show in the last month?
I have been looking at a bunch of sponsors in the homeopathic department and the holistic department of different.
Different quack science? This is what you wanted to be, Health Debunked with quack science.
I just thought it would be cool for our audience to see different things. Like I did talk to a company that produces elderberry syrup, which
great.
is shown to help
It's dangerous.
big time. Okay, so that's kind of the angle I was hoping to go. But I mean, I know that Boom and those products are really important to you personally.
Really thirsty. And I don't know why. What other holistic things do you have?
Well, I was thinking we could do a brand I was talking to you about that produces colloidal silver.
What do you use that for?
Can you feel your mouth? I feel like
No.
you're struggling.
My teeth are squeaky.
Do you feel kind of like you're falling apart? Maybe like I'm starting to feel
Safe and effective.
So holistic sponsors, huh? You were talking about elderberry. Is there anything else?
And I found a really cool brand of liposomal vitamin C. So
What
I
does that
thought
mean?
it's vitamin C encompassed in fat so that it absorbs way better into your system. It's really, really
Fat's
cool.
not healthy. Can't have fat. That's why we have low fat everything. I mean, look at our grocery stores. Low fat, low fat, low fat. That's important.
What diet do you recommend then?
Low fat.
Just that?
A lot of sugar substitutes.
Okay.
Those are important. You don't want too much sugar, but you can have chemical sugar is good.
What about carbs? Can you have carbs?
Carbs. I've listened to some of that, and I just feel like when I have carbs, it doesn't affect me, but I don't have that many. A couple sandwiches, 3-4 sandwiches a day. That's about it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd be interested if they have some sweet cash for us to, on your end of things to help you out, to have holistic type companies represent us. But, we both know they're ridiculous.
Do you have any products that you want to seek out sponsorship from besides erectile dysfunction? I mean, I know that's so important to you, but are there more?
There's something that people just don't have a lot of awareness about, and I think it's always important to try to talk about it, and that's breast cancer. So if we could get some breast cancer awareness organizations, backing us up here, I think that would help us a lot, and help everybody who hears our message about how dangerous breast cancer is, and mammograms can save your lives. Mammogram, safe and effective. They can, they smash and radiate, and that's life saving. So it's important.
Okay, so breast cancer sponsors would be on your list of people.
Smash and radiate.
Smash and radiate. That's
Smash.
the way to treat.
Yes.
Wouldn't it literally smash the tumor and
No, that's unscientific. No.
Okay. Well, when you say smash, I just kind of picture it smashing whatever is in the way.
No, that's so we can see inside.
Okay. Cool. So, any other companies, or is that it?
That's it.
Have you been to the doctor for this situation happening with your face?
What situation?
The cross-eyed, the spazzing of the lips.
My buddy, I mean, he says everything's normal with me. So I'm going to I trust my doctor just like you trust your doctor. And I have no issues. You should see some of the weird things he does though.
What does he do?
Well, he'll fall asleep sometimes in our meetings, in our appointments, I guess I should call them. But
is he really old or something? That's super weird.
No, he's like 48, something like that. So, I look up to him because he's a little bit older than me, and he's been in this game longer, which is why I trust him so much. And
yeah,
he falls asleep and he scratches a lot. And I don't know. I think maybe he might be on drugs because he does a lot of face things like that.
Does he twitch and stuff, like his face?
He does, and I've wanted to call him out on it, but it's disrespectful to do that. And I don't want to twitch shame because he could just have a natural twitch. I mean, that happens.
Is he the one that's like encouraging you to get 20 flu shots?
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. So he's doing it as well.
Yep.
Okay.
His name's Pete. That's all I can tell you. His name's Pete.
G.
Pete.
Pete. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Pete.
Yep. He has a sweet mustache. I really respect the guy.
Yeah. Wow. Does he recommend all his patients get 20 shots or is this just you?
I'm not sure. We have doctor-patient confidentiality, so I don't.
That makes sense. HIPAA. You can't. Okay.
Right. The only people who can, tell everybody your medical records are school secretaries. Make sure that kids are all up to date.
Right. That.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did have a question for you. We just, as you know, everyone just celebrated New Year's. Do you have does Dr. Kosher have any New Year's resolutions that he intends to follow through with? And while you think about that, I'm going to grab some water because I am parched.
Some people get their water before they start the show. Some people wait until they're midway through the show or almost done with the show and then decide, hey, I'm going to go get water
I'm back.
because I'm thirsty.
I forgot. I grabbed my coffee before the show thinking that would be enough. And then I just realized, ooh, I am thirsty.
You're just drinking ice?
It's mostly ice. It hasn't melted all the way.
Interesting. Nice PJs, by the way. Thanks for dressing up for the show.
You're welcome. It shows my deep respect for Dr. Kosher.
Yeah. So New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
I thought about this last year in New Year's for 2019, and part of my reasoning was I'm already awesome. Like, what else could I do to be more awesome? And the only thing I could think of going into 2020 was, instead of taking a minute and a half, 80 to 90 seconds with my patients, to try to get that down to 70 to 75 seconds, because that would let me squeeze in another 1 or 2 patients each day, and then I can just help more people. So that's my resolution.
70 seconds per patient?
Yes.
Wow.
Post care. There's, I walk
How many
in.
patients
What's up?
do you go through each day?
I don't know. You're gonna make me count that? I think like 80, something
80?
like that. Yeah. I don't take lunch. It's cool. I grab a Snickers.
Oh my gosh, that's so many patients. Okay, so you want to cut it down by 10 seconds. That's your main goal for this year.
Yes, and also to ridicule anti-vaxxers more than I ever have. That's my other resolution.
Those are your 2 big.
Yeah. Like, did you hear about this stupid bike ride that guy's doing?
I
I don't want to
did.
bring his name up again, but
The K word, yeah.
yeah, he's gonna ride his bike from San Francisco to Philadelphia. He does that for vaccine injury awareness. Like, that's even a thing. How about we do a bike ride for homeless bees, because the homeless bees don't have shoes. That's like
That's what you
along the same lines. Yeah, that's what I equate that to.
That's really cool that he's doing that. That's awesome. That's a big deal. That's gonna get media attention.
I can't wait until he does it. I really can't, because I'm going to be out there and
You're gonna be making
just ridiculing him to hell. It's going to be great. And I hope you join me somewhere along that route to ridicule. You can hold up signs like, look at this dumb shit. Things like that. Yeah. Plague spreader. Polio. Iron lungs.
whenever I am having a conversation with someone about polio, they always bring out that picture of the iron lungs where none
Oh,
of them
that
are, yeah, where none of
devastating
them are
picture.
plugged in.
The what?
It's the iron lungs in a row. None of them are plugged in because it's a staged photo from a movie, a
Yeah, I know
documentary.
I know the photo you're talking about. It's awful. It's devastating to see all those people in those iron lungs who, you know, we don't have that anymore. People have never, ever since we've, you know, abolished, well, not abolished, but eradicated polio, we haven't dealt with any breathing issues, and we don't have those. We don't even need iron lungs anymore.
Have you heard the theory that the ventilator has replaced the iron lungs?
Lies. How dare you? Iron lungs, polio.
And that picture we were just talking about, those weren't plugged in. Like those are just staged for a film. That is not. It's not real. I mean, that is real. There were iron lungs, but that picture is not.
Do you know, like in 1952, there were about 21,000 people who had polio? Do you know that?
That had iron lungs, or
That were diagnosed with polio.
that were diagnosed with polio.
Yes. Yes. And now we have 1.5 million blessed families with autism. You know, that's much better than being in an iron lung.
What is the rate of being put in an iron lung per however many cases of polio?
I haven't studied that because we eradicated polio.
Well, I want to
I
say
don't-
like
If there's one thing I don't like, it's history.
yeah,
Okay.
history
So-
and facts, really.
It's confusing. There are
Mhm.
too many variables and, you know, too many rulers all over the place. I can't keep track of who was in
I want to say it's
in the United Scotland or in the Kingdom of France and you know,
yeah.
the
Kingdom of France.
Byzantine Empire that Constantine ruled. I can't keep it all straight.
Yeah, you definitely can't. No, I want to say it's like 1% or 1% or 1/10 of 1%. No, it's either 1 in 1,000 or 1/10 of 1 in 1,000 will be permanently or paralyzed. Will require the breathing treatment. Sorry, iron lungs.
You sounded like you were going to throw up a little bit there. You were like, whoa, whoa. And that gave me a gag reflex because I started going,
Oh my.
I don't like it when people throw up. Gross.
I remember talking to you about that a few weeks ago. You were saying that you hate it when kids have the measles, come in with diarrhea and throwing up.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like, that's the worst thing that could happen for you.
Yes. Yeah. Like seeing Poltergeist all over again. Or The Exorcist. Was it, which one was it where they, you know, was that huge vomit there? And it just spewed out of the mouth, you know, just shot out. It was one of those horror.
Exorcist? I don't know.
It might have been. I don't know. The Exorcist was cool because that chick turned her head all around.
Oh,
She had a weird tick. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't like ticks.
Yeah.
Makes
You don't
me
like
uncomfortable.
ticks? Is it hard being a pediatrician and not being okay with throwing up and diarrhea and all that?
No, I'm only in the room for like 90 seconds. So
Well,
I'm trying to
hopefully
get that down to 70. So yeah.
Do you have like a New Year's goal to like be a better person, or you know, like no? Okay.
No. Are you still trying to transition?
What?
You heard me.
I
Yeah.
did, but I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
It means you want a wiener.
No, I'm not still trying to transition. That was
Oh, you gave up?
I instantly gave up. The minute that thought came into my head, I just thought, nope, not gonna
Okay.
do it.
Okay. Well, it's normal. So if you
It
want to
is.
do it, I'd support you.
You do.
Yes. It's normal. Everything's normal. Did you freeze?
No, I'm just taking it all in.
Did you see, we only have 3 minutes left here, but did you see the misinformation that the Highwire put out today about
Oh,
the World Health Organization chief, Soumya Swaminathan?
no, what did they say? I saw something else they put out today.
They said that she lied. And
Oh, good.
yeah, she had a good PSA to let people know the safety systems to react to problems, and to scientifically address these problems that occur in many countries.
Mhm.
That the World Health Organization has those in place, and not to worry. But then they secretly taped her at this meeting saying that we don't have good safety monitoring systems in most countries. So, they're saying that she's lying, but what they didn't come out and say is this video was covertly taken. Shouldn't be allowed.
That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad they took it though.
I'm not.
I
How would you
mean,
like it if you found my camera in your room? Would you enjoy it if you found that?
no.
No. Do you think that this poor woman enjoys knowing that her secrets are out?
That she lied.
Yeah. I mean, no, that her words being misconstrued.
You really think so?
Yes. She's the chief, the World Health Organization chief.
There's no way she could have lied.
No. These are the most ethical people on the planet.
Yes, obviously. Man. Wow. That is so crazy that they caught that on camera. That's awesome.
Well, they did, apparently. So, but look, it's 10 o'clock. I've had it. It's been a long night.
Has.
You've blessed us with your PJs, and
Just PJ pants. Let's be real. I had a professional shirt on.
your numerous breaks. Apparently you're like in some union where you get 3 15-minute breaks during an hour-long
Really,
broadcast.
my breaks totaled like 6 seconds, but
Okay.
all right. Good night, Dr.
We're gonna
Coach.
see you. Bye.